health, what would you say your top tips are for women in the perimenopause phase and balancing blood sugar, managing stress? What would you tell women at that phase?
Blood sugar is so important as we age to keep it balanced. If we have a balanced blood sugar, we're not going to have these big insulin spikes. We're going to have decreased inflammation, and we're not going to get type 2 diabetes, which none of us want. How do we fix this? Well, if you know how the body works and how glucose works in the cells, you can make it so your cells become more insulin sensitive because you're not pounding them with sugar all the time. Eating those carbs just by themselves without any fat and protein surrounding them, that can really cause sugar spikes. Now, the best way to really see what your individual body is doing is to get a continuous glucose monitor. And some of these are over the counter now. You can get them without a prescription. You could ask your doctor for a prescription and get some insurance coverage. But a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, is very, very helpful because it says in real time what your blood sugar is doing. So that's what's so beautiful about a continuous glucose monitor is you see in real time how food is affecting your person, because we are all bio-individual. Like, if you ate a banana and I ate a banana, we would have different physiological reactions to it. What are some things to blunt that big sugar spike that you could do without even having a monitor? Well, eat fat and protein with each meal. So specifically, protein, 30 grams of protein, great for muscle building as we go through perimenopause, which we're losing muscle every day. So we gotta fix that. So 30 grams of protein and healthy fats. So that should be the basis of every meal. You can add on some non-toxic vegetables onto it. And then if you want some sort of dessert, like a berry is going to be best. But if you want like a sugar cookie at Christmas, then eat it at the end of your meal. Don't just have an isolated sugar cookie, because that is going to spike it. So if you have it at the end of the meal, it's going to blunt that a little bit. Before a meal, things like berberine are great. Apple cider vinegar, we know, can decrease glucose spikes. And then after a meal, you could go on a walk. So like Thanksgiving, it's, everyone is just like on the couch passed out because they eat that giant meal with stuffing and mashed potatoes. So everyone needs to get up and do a walk. But that can push that glucose into the muscle cells. Speaking of muscle cells, reversing insulin resistance, muscle and having muscle is so important. With my perimenopause patients, when they start incorporating a resistant training routine into their exercise routine, they really move the needle with insulin resistance. It is so helpful. And me personally, what I've noticed is the more muscle I put on, I can just eat more calories, because you're a burning machine.
Yeah, it
it's
makes your life so
great.
much easier. You don't have to worry about that all the time. You need to fuel your body, so it just makes your life so much easier.
Yes, exactly. I love what you said. Like, we need to fuel our bodies
Yeah.
in with fats, because that is cholesterol is the start of the hormone cascade. So
Mhm.
definitely eating fats is so important too. So resistant training. I mean, if you are in your 30s, 40s, and you are not doing resistant training, weightlifting, you really should. I mean, there's no one that shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I still have to tell men this too. I have male patients too in my office, and I'm like, why aren't you lifting weights? What's going on? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah, it's crazy
So
the amount of research that you can find on PubMed associating the amount of muscle mass with every health outcome. You talk about diabetes or dementia or anxiety and everything. They found it related to everything. So that is something that people can do at home. You don't have to take extra pills. You don't have to get an expensive gym membership. That is a very easy thing that people should do.